So the weekly time frame of GBP USD, I like to put into context to see why the weekly support structure have held firmly and other characteristics that have kept it the way it is, and also looking out for future breakouts and possible change in bias. But at the moment, GU have had a very good run, and when you look at the 10-year Treasury bond yield of GBP, it's higher than US 10-year Treasury bond yield. The Bank of England bank rate is still somewhat higher than Federal Reserve rate. We have Federal Reserve 3.5, 3.75. We have Bank of England 3.75. And I think the last time we made analysis on that, we had all in favor of GBP. And you see after break of structure, price has returned there to give us a continuous buy foundation. We have seen that buy foundation upheld firmly. So what we need to see right now is what's next for us, because we are getting a pullback and the dollar index is showing a significant improvement. To put this into context, we would like to see what transpired in GU. So randomly we have here as SR support become resistance and breakout structure. We have here as ROS resistance become support and breakout structure, and subsequent retest candles one, and we have another one, another support structure on the weekly time frame. After breakout structure again, we have a support structure, and you have seen a buyback. So one more thing worthy of note is to see what price has done here, and let's see where it takes us from. I'm looking out for a technical return. Let's see. I want to see how the weekly candle closes. The reason is because we have some challenges with the structure, so I want to see how the weekly candle closes. So if the weekly candle closes below this, most likely we are going back here. So that technically puts here back as a demand floor. So for GU, I don't want to get involved in GU. If you're already in GU, so that's fine for you. You have to allow the weekly candle close. Let's see if we can come back again around 1.306, 1.306.51. Yeah, there might be a very big opportunity for a comeback, and if that happens, that will provide an opportunity to, try again. I see a minor opportunity at this level, but for me, I want a clear return into that demand floor. I want a clear return into this structure. Yeah, you could get a reaction at 3387, but I want a reaction at 306. Reaction at 306.71. It's my anticipated area of market reaction. Now, last analysis was sent on GU. We looked at the Bank of England interest rate. We looked at Bank of England 10-year Treasury bond yield, and as well Federal Reserve 10-year Treasury bond yield, and the Federal fund rate. And we have looked at all that, and I think to make it simple and very formal, I want to see push into this structure, and let's see what going to happen. Let's see what's going to happen. It's a weekly time frame, and to be honest, it's we have a roof, a technical roof that could call for a retest. Let's be very honest. Let's be very honest with this. There might be a retest into 2021 roof, and yes, I'm anticipating a retest into that roof. So you can kindly set your sell or put a sell order at that level, knowing fully well that market structure will always do its thing, and you can never tell. One or two fundamental shift in the market can push the British pounds way ahead of the United States dollar. So this is my final target, and it will follow. There will be several expectations before you can be rest assured that price will hit into that zone. And one more structure I found here, which is also evident from my line chart perspective, is a reaction here where we have a clear breakout followed by two successful retests. A broken support structure became a resistance structure one, resistance structure two. And to put into context, you see here we have this is the structure. So I'm confident that even when price comes there this time around, we might break that roof. And it's in a regular fashion of market to go beyond sell order. So it's also possible that market might tap into that structure, break the structure, and continue to trend up in line with the current structure we have here as SR, support become resistance and breakout structure. We have here as an RS and also a retest candle after breakout structure. So on technical, that puts here as a supply roof. So if price comes here, so you see your sell order might turn you to a buyer, where the market might continue pushing to here. So if you are looking at for a take profit zone, your take profit zone, of course, at this roof, you should close that trade and exit. Yes, the reason is because the structure of the market is very clear and explicit. So the market might get into that zone, and you see that you've been turned to a buyer instead of a seller. So it's important to know that this is the structure of the market, and in the regular fashion of price movement, price action will always update the floor, update the roof. So it's important to see that supply roof and demand floors are updated, and once they are updated, the next thing you begin to see is sometimes consolidation, or sometimes you go direct into correction. So you don't know which one the market might present. Market might update a roof, start to consolidate before correction, or market might get to a roof and just draw an outright correction. Then after the correction, it goes into consolidation to decide the directional bias. So it is important at the moment that we look at the structure. And this is what I have for this. And to put more into context, we have here as RT slash ROS, where resistance becomes support on weekly time frame, as weekly time frame hold a very strong bias. I also want to let you know this is RT RS1 and RT RS2, and at the bottom we have here our SR level, support become resistance and breakout structure 1, and support become resistance and breakout structure 2. So look, this is your roof and this is your floor. So it's important to know that market could update anyone. This is your first supply roof, and so a previous supply roof broken became a demand floor based on the principles of break and retest. So we have here as a demand floor, a previously broken supply roof is now a current demand floor. So this is what we have, and if you're surprised why you're getting a pullback, there is an M structure here on weekly time frame. This is the neckline of the M structure at 13500.8. Yes, that's an M structure. This is a double top structure. So that double top structure, the neckline is 1.35008. So if 103500 is broken, then it opens a new wave, which will most likely be what I am anticipating. So we want to see a breakout from there. A breakout from there will ultimately come back to 1.37, come back to use here as a retest floor, then go back up. This is a second case scenario for GBP USD. So at the moment, GBP USD long has been favored, but we are seeing a temporary correction. So if we get a pullback into I'm looking at 1.325. If 1.325 happens, that will be fine. Yes, 1.325, that happens, that will be very, very fine. And if you get 1306, that's also fine. So they are both valid demand floors. So whichever one you key for me here is has more priority, while this demand floor have less priority. So anyone can trigger, and this will be used in line with the 10-year treasury bond yield of the Bank of England and 10-year treasury bond yield of the Federal Reserve. So you'll be watching it to look at the trade advantage and trade in line with the structure of the market. Market structure never lies, and it stays and keeps its promise. We'll never call you or text you for account management or soliciting for capital. Shavyfxhub is completely independent, and all our trades are free for educational purpose only. So do wish you a good day. Bye bye for now.